Fast forward to this morning, and President Trump is going all out in his attacks on the Freedom Caucus. That, you could say that he is indeed attacking his base. Tony Perkins is with us. Tony, you know, it does seem like the president is attacking his base and may pay a political price for it. What say you?
Well, first off, I think friends shouldn't let friends tweet when they're under the influence of anger and frustration. I think we ought to just stop the tweeting for a moment and continue the conversation. Look, Stuart, I actually think we're going to get to the point of repealing Obamacare. All this week, I've been having conversations with the White House, with the Republican leadership in the House, and the leadership and members of the House Freedom Caucus. Look, they all want to be at the same place. And I think we're going to get there. I think we just need to step back, take our blood pressure medicine, and work forward.
Now, this is the morning after these angry tweets from President Trump directly at the Freedom Caucus. From your conversations, and you know these folks, do you think that they're going to bend, move a little bit away from their ideological purity? And maybe you're one of them. Will you bend a little, come back in there so we can get something passed?
Well, Stuart, I think that's a mischaracterization of where they're at. I think they want to be at the same place the president wants to be at. These are very smart people. Look, you have Dave Bratt, who's an economist. You have Mark Meadows, who is a businessman. Many of these members are they're not political hacks. These are folks that understand the insurance industry and the business. They want to make sure that the acid test of this is passed, and that is that consumers are paying less for health care in 18 to 24 months. Look, they want to get there. Absolutely. They want to be there. They want to be standing by the president. This is the president's base. And so I'm very optimistic we're going to get there. I do think it makes it more difficult when we start tweeting these things that are you know,
well, he's knocking you around.
Attacks.
That's what he's doing. He's knocking you around.
Well,
I got to move.
And I've encouraged the Freedom Caucus and the others not to respond back in like kind. Look, we need to sit down and have conversations and negotiate, not attack one another.
I've got to move on real fast to this professor at the Pennsylvania College. He said he wanted to vomit when he saw an airline passenger give up his first-class seat for a soldier. Here's the tweet. Some guy gave up his first-class seat to a uniformed soldier. People are thanking him. I'm trying not to vomit or yell about Mosul. Well, he was on with Tucker Carlson last night. Here's the tape. Roll it.
You're blaming the soldier. You're not blaming the policymakers. You're saying You're saying giving up a seat for a soldier in uniform made you want to vomit. You're not saying giving up a seat for the guy who made the war policy, but for the soldier, the guy who's risking his life. Why'd that make you feel like throwing up?
Which we got his response. Tony, I just want you to comment on this. I know it's not necessarily your particular area, but what do you got to say?
Well, let me give you this disclosure here. I say this as a Marine veteran. Look, this professor should be glad that there have been men and women willing to give up more than a first-class seat. They've been willing to give up their lives so that he could have the freedom to be a moron.
I think that puts it very, very nicely. Yeah, I think you got it. I was going to follow up, but there's no follow-up to that. That's terrific. Come again soon, please, Tony Perkins. We miss you.
All right, Stuart.